Hello, Steeler Nation, and welcome to your latest episode of your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. With me, your host, Pittsburgh Owen, speaking to you here in the UK. Guys, Mark and I would like to thank you all for the views and subscriptions over the last few weeks. It really does mean a lot to us to know that so many people are still watching and checking out Steelers content, even in the dog days of summer in this off-season. Obviously, a momentous few days for the Pittsburgh Steelers, renet with the new stadium name. Obviously making the news with obviously not much going on the field. Steelers report for training camp on the 27th of July. And I want to talk about one of the players today who could possibly be an RB2 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, obviously, there's a lot of talk of the likes of Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland doing that, people who were on the roster last season. It's felt that Benny Snell could actually have a better season this season behind a better line, and the fact that he has been doing a lot of strength and conditioning and a lot of training over the offseason. However, Matteo Durant and Jaylen Warren are two UDFAs running backs the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up after the draft. Now, previously on the Syndicate, I have talked about Matteo Durant, and today I want to talk about Jaylen Warren, one of the UDFAs who came out of Oklahoma State. Jaylen Warren is 5'8", 215 pounds. He's described by NFL.com as a wrecking ball on wheels. He is good in a good power back. He is a strong runner. He has speed. He has power. He can make cuts, and he is a decent prospect coming out of Oklahoma. However, he did go undrafted. Now, he has been fully participating in OTAs, in rookie minicamp, in mandatory minicamp, and has done reasonably well so far. I've heard some positive things said about him by the correspondents, by the journalists who've been down there at the UPMC Rooney training facility watching Warren. Warren started, like I said, at Utah, and then he was transferred to the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Let's have a quick look, shall we, at Jaylen Warren's stats. So as you can see from this, Warren started at Utah in 2019. He played 12 games for Utah and had 112 rushing attempts for 569 yards. He averaged 5.1 yards per carry, which is very decent. Yes, I know it's college football, but it's still decent. 5 touchdowns. He also had 15 receptions on the year, 182 yards, 12.1 average, no touchdowns. In 2020, he only played 3 games for the Utah State. 39 attempts, 252 yards total, 6.5 average, 3 touchdowns, had 5 receptions for 33 yards. That's when he transferred to Oklahoma State in 2021. He played 13 games. He had 256 carries for 1,216 yards. He did a very good job as a running back in the Big 12. He averaged 4.8 yards per carry, scored 11 touchdowns. He also had 25 receptions for 225 yards, averaging 9 yards per reception. He was used mostly out of the backfield catching the ball and was used very much in screen passes and screen plays, things like that. Things that the Steelers, that Canada does like to scheme in at times to his offense. So you can see there from his stats, he had a fairly impressive year last year, running for over 1,000 yards. So he's obviously not too shabby, a running back. In his 40-yard dash, he ran a 4.55. His broad jump was 31. His vertical jump, was 31.5 inches, and his broad jump was 119 inches. Warren comes with possibly, with the fact that if you actually watch Warren, he is a lot of fun to watch, guys. Go and put onto YouTube, go and have a look at Jaylen Warren highlights, have a look at some of the games he played in. He is a lot of fun to watch. Like I said, he is a little wrecking ball, a pocket full of power, as we might say as well. He started obviously in high school in Utah before obviously going to Utah college with Utah before he transferred, like I said, to the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He was also a team captain for Oklahoma, so has that as well, and was the Big 12 Conference Offensive Newcomer of the Year, an honorable mention all-conference selection after recording that team high of 1,216 yards and 11 touchdowns on the ground. An analysis of him in terms of his abilities, they say that he is compact, burly, and is able to and ready to collide, and has good possession of the football and good football retention. He's highly self-confident and competitive. Almost no dancing when the ball is in his hands. Guides blockers into linebackers on the second level. Gets harder to handle once he's up to the second level as well. Once he gets through that offensive line and out into that second level, he is a lot harder to track down and to tackle. He makes cuts without losing his speed, which is a good thing for a running back. A big chunk of his yardage comes after contact as well. So he is a very physical running back, just like Najee Harris. He bounces off bodies and crashes through arm tackles very easily. And he's talented catching and creating in the screen game. His development points are all coachable development points, things that the Steelers running back coach Eddie Faulkner could easily work on with him. So he said he has tight hips with restricted strides. That's something that Faulkner could also work on. Linear attack forces causes him to cut prematurely. Again, this is something Faulkner could work on with him. Lacks lateral burst for side door escapes. Again, that's something that Faulkner could work on. Below average speed to widen the field. Okay, that's something you obviously can't work on, your speed. That's why I'm only saying he would be a running back 2 and a backup to Najee, not the main guy. Unreliable option on third down pass protection. Again, that's something that can be coached and developed in him. We've got to remember this guy's coming out of college. Very few players come out of college as a finished prospect. And that is something, obviously, we'd not be expecting of Warren to be that finished prospect. He is definitely someone that, like I said, could step up, could be that RB2, and is a possibility. This is something that the Steelers need to address. They do need to have a backup plan for Najee Harris. There's no way Najee Harris can carry the ball 381 times like he did last season, or else he's going to get injured, he's going to get burnt out quickly, and therefore more likely to get injured. And let's face it, a Steelers offense without Najee Harris is a much weaker prospect than a Steelers offense with Najee Harris. I know Mike Tomlin loves his bell cow running backs, but the likes of Warren, Durant have obviously possibilities to step up. Snell has got to have a really good year this year because he is coming into a contract year as well. And maybe we might see some more from Mac as well, given how well he worked with Matt Canada at Maryland. But Jaylen Warren, like I said, out of Oklahoma State, a wrecking ball on wheels is a good possibility as a good RB2. Let me know what you think in the comments of Warren. Go away and watch his tape, and then come back and let me know what you think of him. And guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, hit subscribe. Come and join the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate family. Fast-growing channel, a new channel. We break news. We bring you content daily, pretty much 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, guys. We've also got a podcast as well. We have guests on our podcast. We've had Chris Carter, Wes Euler, and hopefully more guests coming up very, very soon for you. So, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the good quality stuff on your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Let's finish this as we always do with "Here we go, Steelers. Come on!"